So, welcome, my friends, to another episode of Leah's Bible Babbles for the love of crafting. And this is episode 16. Now, as I have talked about it on both in different streams and in different on my page and also on X. I have, like some of you knows that I have a new job, and I was so tired yesterday, Friday, so there was no chance in hell that I could do this stream on Fridays. So from now on, the Love of Crafting stream are now on Saturdays on the same time at 9 p.m. Eastern European time or Central European time. So now it's correct. So I have not much to show you guys, but I'm going to show you the project I'm working on. This one, as you can see in the frame right now, this is going to be a cover for a pillow. And I'm almost, well, I'm more than halfway. Now we can see here if do we have some? Yeah, I just got a message from YouTube that my chat has been yeah, we have now. It is on. Good. I like that. Good. So, yay. Simple as that. If you're new in here and if you wouldn't let yourself known in the chat, I would gladly to talk to you tonight or today. Depends on where you are on this planet. But here in Sweden, it is Saturday night. Saturday 9 p.m. So, or Saturday evening for some. Well, back to reality. This is the pillowcase I've been working on, and this floss I have used. I think I found it on Temu or Wish or some of those kind of home pages. And I liked it because it's very mixed colors on it. But as I can recall, I think it was this purple one or the blue one was not fun at all to cross stitch with. But it is done, and now I have actually I have used up all of my leftover black floss, the 310. So actually now I am on my the cone I have with black. A lot of patterns contains black. So when you know that you have a lot of areas, it's going to take a lot of this of black stitching. I recommend, if you can, so do or more likely do or buy a cone, because it's cheaper in the end. This one, I think I bought it at least 8 or 9 years ago. It's a very very long time ago, and it is still pretty fresh, actually. I think I have used a lot of it, but it's actually I haven't even scratched the surface of how much it is on this one of those cones. Well, but I have also have a finish, and I need to show you guys. This is one pillowcase, and the other one I'm actually done with. So my poor camera isn't large enough to can show you in real life. But here it is, and I will make a hem with black fabric and a backside in black fabric too, or dark gray. Let's see what I have. But I'm gonna show you my vision. So I'm gonna fold the fabric just like this, and have this sew on backside on it, like this. And whoa, yay! Let's see. So yeah, here it is. Oh, sorry. And well, I hope so that my my vision can come true. Yeah, you can see this. You can see it. So at least it's something. And yeah, I'm gonna fold this part too, of course. So here it is. So you can see it how it's gonna look like. Then I'm going to IKEA and buy new pillows for it. And this cover is going to be changeable. So, you know, if you get dirty in the couch, you just kind of simply wash it up without the pillow inside. So, yeah, this is going to look really, really good when it's finished. And the back side, I'm going to have a material called Viseline. I think it's called the same in English. I can look that up. But it's a kind of fabric with glue on one side that you iron on the back side. And that just to secure every thread so it doesn't threads up. So that is that. In the last couple of weeks, I have shown you so much of my stash and my projects and everything. So at this time, I'm going to take it a little bit easier and not overwhelm you all with all of the things I have going on. So if you're new in here, welcome to this live stream for the love of crafting. Normally been on Fridays, but tonight and on forth it's gonna be on Saturdays. So and you hear me? Yeah. I haven't worked this much since the kids. The oldest one is 16, so I know that I'm alive. But it's really nice. It's a good boss, good colleagues, yeah, everything like that. So I think I'm gonna enjoy to have that job. Here, and I have chocolate milk. Yay, homemade, yummy. Well, more likely is called a boy here. So that's my Saturday candy for some sort. So I'm gonna do some stitching, or if there are someone that is interesting, I'm gonna show you some knitting patterns that I am dying to do. I have promised myself that I need to finish at least 2 projects before I can start on a new one. And the perks when I start with a new one is that means less yarn in my drawers. So for now, I don't have any plans on having or doing this kind of stitching. I have some. I have some nice patterns that I want to do, but mostly my cross-stitching energy will be on my Heaven and Earth patterns that I showed you, I think 2 weeks ago or something. Yeah, Heaven and Earth are those that the really tiny stitching. So, oh, I'm gonna. I forgot about to have this one on X, of course. So here we have. I forgot about. Sorry about that. I need that one. This one. So, hallelujah. I have never been so tired before in my life. Been so tired that I forgot to take my evening medication. Yeah. And my evening medication is because to get tired. So, for good or bad. But, so, well, at least some have been in here and seen what I'm doing. You're very much welcome. Make yourself known in the chat, and I would love to chat with you about this and that and everything in between. So, well, as for how it looks like for now, things can change, of course. But for now, my energy for the channels will be placed for the weekends. I don't have the energy doing on the weekdays. I only work 4 hours, but everything. We need a better routine in here with, who's cooking and who's cleaning and who's walking the dog and everything. And before I took this job, that landed on me, of course, because I was the one that was home. Now I'm not home. So it's a little bit of transition and need to get used to it all. And for what it's worth, we're also gonna get used to have money again. It's gonna be so nice when the paycheck comes. And I actually can buy more stitching floss. Yes, that I will do. It will probably make my husband scream, but yeah, I haven't bought new crafting material in a very, very long time. Just because I didn't have to, but also I haven't had afford to do something. And also my drawers are so jam-packed with fabrics and yarn and floss, yeah, and everything. So I don't need to buy more. Like I said, when I showed you my pearls, I will have pearls until my dying days, and my grandchildren's grandchildren will have pearls. Will probably be some kind of heirloom that is passed down through generations, probably, or something. In a way, that would be so awesome. So, yeah. But I'm going to, when I have the money for it, of course, to buy a new, more of these storage for pearls. Just because they are so nice to to have a good view of what you have, and it's very nice and tidy. So yeah, that is one. And I'm also I'm looking for a new storage box. When I got through one of my drawers, I found a whole bag of pearl or embroidery floss, and well, you can do cross stitching with that, but most of the time you do long stitch, and I haven't done long stitch in a very, very long time. I need to upgrade my skills on that. But anyway, I found a whole bag of it. So that is one of my mini projects I have going on, to wind up that floss on bobbins and have it in a nice storage box. The most of the boxes I have bought on different hardware stores. In some cases even some of those The boxes are just for like screws or nails and stuff. But some are also for fishing, you know, for the bait and everything. I'm going to show you one of those boxes I'm talking about. So here is one box. It's called an organizer set. And I bought it on a hardware store here in this town. And as you can see, I have winded up all my floss on bobbins like this. These in this box, it's just yellow. And with I don't have any numbers on this floss, so this one I use for when I need to do motifs that doesn't require DMC colors or that. So, but most of my floss is divided into these kinds of boxes. As you can see, I have 500 to 509, and that is all of the DMC flosses that I have in the range of 500. I have everything stored in these boxes. That is just also that sometimes I can buy in second hand, and I can buy larger quantities of floss, and therefore you can see that I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of this 523. So and so on. And some of these boxes are more than jammed packed with floss. So I'm thinking of either divide it up between 2 boxes or buy a larger one. I haven't decided on what to do yet, but it will be done, at least eventually. So so very well. Not more than that. Yeah. So, da, da, da. Just make sure that my everything been shown. Yes, good. So anyway, so that was what my plans are. I have let's see here. I'm going to show you this one in a little bit, but I'm going to do this and so Christina scrapbooking, and here we have, I love this homepage. It is awesome. I wish that I had the inspiration and the patience to do everything. You know, look at these beautiful, beautiful flowers. But she has also this storage. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. So, but where are the her? Here, for what? Now, this the different kinds of storage that um, she is available. I'm thinking about buying one of these large container to the floss, but here it is. This is the one I use for my beadings, and as I showed you before, it's very nice and tidy. You can easily have it, and in Swedish, let's see, in dollars that would be $10. So it's not that expensive actually. Then we have, well, there are different kinds of boxes, but we have Casa Senina. So here, this is in a store from Italy. I love their products. And they have everything, you know, in ready to stitch, accessories, yarn, fabric, books, you know, like necessities. If you click on that, you have all this a thread cutter. You have you know, lint removers and everything, so you can keep everything nice and tidy and on point. Like these traveler boxes. Actually, I actually recommend to have one of these boxes with you on every occasion. Have it in your handbag or whatever, because when you least know it, you need to have thread and needle or a scissors or to put back a button that has been loosed or anything. So that is my my biggest tip. So here it is, what it contains. So you get everything that you need in it, with extra needles and safety pins and everything. So, and they are so cute. They are so cute. Yeah. Like Jonas should have said, he's so cute. Oh, but they also have organizers and boxes and boxes. So here they have everything they have with yarn, or most of the time in cross stitch or embroidery floss storage. There are different kind, and we have a floss organizer here, and these are the most popular ones that there is on the market, and the one that I just showed you live. So and like $7, not that much. It's actually very, very affordable. It's a good price. And let's see here. What I have done with my, let's see if they have it. Now you have boxes and everything. What I'm in search for, here are the plastic bobbins that I talked about, I think last week or something. Really nice, really nice. But now I'm not gonna sit here and do. Oh, let's see here. The manufacturer is Prim. Now Prim is a Danish brand that have everything. No, and I mean literally everything. Now here are the boxes that I recommend, and these ones are double-sided. So you have one part here and you have one part in the bottom. For me, when I do my larger cross stitch, I use these kinds of boxes, just because we are a little bit tight on space in this home. So one of these boxes actually contain 4 threads for 4 projects for me. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. So here it is. So I have one project here, and that is for the Heaven and Earth Arctic Dream. And oh, my ring light. Sorry. And here they are for the pattern ancestors. So, and I have a little bit of space in between, so I can divide them up and not to mix them too much together. And on the other side, I have for Arcticum and Arctic Spirits. So, so you can see here what I mean. And these are still under my project of getting all the floss together, so I haven't started sewing on them, but that will happen soon enough. So, yay, and Prim. Well, I am not sponsored by Prim, but if Prim wants to sponsor me, I will not hesitate. So, so here it is. You might have noticed there are a lot of stuff that is a whole industry when it comes to floss and cross stitching and fabrics and everything. In some cases, some things are just they are unnecessary to have. And some are really, really nice to have. I need to click on this one. Oh my lord! Oh, it's beading! Oh my god! This bead embroidery kit contains a large piece of natural art canvas with printed image and beads, 23 colored beads, and bead needle from Japan, instruction and chart. Oh my lord. Oh my god, look at that. Look at this. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my god. I want to do it. Probably my husband gonna think that I have got a stroke or something if I buy this, but this is so nice. And I love the close up. Oh, yeah, yes. This is good stuff. I might need to put it on the wish list or something. Yeah. Oh, you look at that. They have so blackbird butterfly. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. This is beautiful. And it's called blackwork, that they have called back stitching. And they're not full crosses, so it's not cross stitch. The one I have, I'm working with a plethora of different kinds of stitches out there, but here this was really nice, really nice. Oh my god. So yeah. Well, as I'm here talking, so let me show you this. garnstudio.com. I have mine in Swedish, but just to everybody would know this, I took it on English instead. Sorry, that was me yawning. Well, the good was is that this is just free patterns, and there are so many really, really nice patterns. And you can see different jumpers, and you can filter it by knitting or crocheting or what kind of, if you click on knitting, you get so here we have all the knitted sweaters and stuff, and let's see if we have the same here. Yeah, and here's the crocheting. I have this one in my mind. I want to do next. The next crochet, but I'm gonna make it a little bit longer because I'm fat and my belly just pops out. So I need to make it a little bit longer. And you see crochet hook, and you click on that and you see what kind of size on the hook you want to have. So if you want to, normally when you do crocheting, you need a hook that is 3 or 3.5. So here we have all the patterns that have hooks that are 3 or 3.5. And you can see it in the here in between the pattern's name. So and that is the same when it comes to knitting. The knitting tension depends on what kind of yarn you're having, what kind of needles too. But most of the time I like to knit with 2.5 to 3.5. Just because I like the way it looks, and it's easier to get more yarn in this size too. I haven't seen this one. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to look at that. Ooh. Now, the biggest perks when it comes to Garn Studio, that when you have this, when you have your pattern here, and you have all the sizes here. So if I click here, large, you see this? Everything is encircled, and that is because in that size, in large, I need 300 grams of this color or this yarn. And when you look at the this pattern, you can see everything that you need to know. It is encircled, that you cast on 34 stitches, and so on and so forth. But I have to see. Oh, it's a diagram. Yes. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Well, I have started to actually print it out, these patterns, just because some of them are so they're so long and sometimes complicated, and you need to be in control for different parts of the patterns. So I printed out. It is easier for me, at least, to know where I am in the pattern and everything. But I have let's see. Let's see if I can find this one that I am on. Sorry, that means Nordic. Yes. When it comes to Nordic patterns, oh, hello. So, welcome, Fallout Dave. And I just finished a stream. How are you doing? I am doing perfectly fine. Thank you so much for that, Dave. And as you can see that I've been streaming on Saturdays because on my new job that I need to move my streaming days. So yes, follow Dave. Be very much welcome here. So I am showing you off some of my favorite patterns. When it comes to Nordic patterns, often contains multiple colors, and that makes it a little bit thicker, just so it is more warm than if you just have one color. But if you have one color and you want to have a warm sweater, you need to have, or most of the time at least, have a thicker yarn to. But here it is. This is the one I am going to do next. But I'm going to reverse the colors. So it's going to be blue and white stars instead of white and blue stars. But this is so nice. And the perks with this one is that you start that you start at the on top of the, what do you call it, the chin, and you work yourself down. So it is easily added another row of stars if you want to have it longer. So, but I want to do this one. Is Falafel says, I don't know any sweater or jackets. Yeah, that's because you live in the furnace. And he also says, I've been so hooked on a new game called Mouse P.I. for Hire. It's such a fun game with a very cool look to it. Yeah. I just have seen the thumbnails for your streams. But the thumbnails reminds me a little bit of what that's called. Cuphead. It came out about 10 years ago. It was a very, very hard game. I don't know anyone that still plays Cuphead. But you know, it's a bit of cartoonish, you know, early Mickey Mouse kind of cartoon. And for your information, follow Dave, I use these sweaters as jackets. You know, when a jacket is too warm to have, I've started to use these sweaters instead. So, and you can not have too many of them. So every now and then I do a new one, just to have something to change with. So that was my my take on it, and it's called Far Away. I think it's beautiful, so I'm looking forward to do this one. Anyway, so back to the drawing board. So back to some stitching. Fallout Day says, yes, it is the 1930s rubber band style of animation, and the story is very 1930s style, detective movie style. That sounds so awesome. Well, I have to make a visit for when I see you stream next time. So I like the kind of um, that kind of, what you say, decide on both stream or both on games and movies, of course. And it says it plays great and is challenging. Boss fights are tough and make people say bad things. Yeah. Yeah, that is that is true. Um, well, one thing I'm never gonna do a stream when I sew on my sewing machine because that is saying better things inducing as anything. Um, uh, it has happened that I almost woke up the kids with the bad words. Or the kids came. What does that word mean, Mama? Follow says the media in the US hates the game because it has no modern agenda in it, and it's from an independent studio. They only like games or big studios that have modern woke politics in them. Oh Lord, what has happened to the US? Come on. I think the gamers in your family would enjoy Mouse PI. Ah, well, I will take it further to the gamers in my family. Uh, that word means the game is tough, my child. Yeah. Well, now the kids are teenagers and uses words sometimes on the game that they have learned from someone else. Um, well, they learn so much in school, both from their from their friends and from teachers and everyone. Um, so, favorite sisters, yeah, rose gold. What? Oh, let's see here. Um, his things have been getting better. Gamers are rejecting that vault crap and let's see here. Supporting independent studios like this and studios in Asia that don't put modern audience crap in their game. I'll be right back. Time to get lunch. Yeah, I am waiting for you. So I'm not gonna. Um, well, I'm gonna be here for at least an hour, I think. Uh, you know, all of this, what is called the woke agenda in US has just it's never been a thing in Sweden. Actually, for well, both good and bad reasons, I guess. when I unwind my cone, I will take a piece that is about 50 centimeters. So 45 to 50 centimeters. That is a nice length without any knots. And no, if you take it too long, it can be complicated to divide the thread. Every thread contains about 6 smaller threads, as you can see here. So you can have. So now I have divided into 2 or 2 strands. Oh. Hopefully next week I will have another project to show you that actually it is not a cross-stitch project. And one of my next projects to finish are I have a lot of knitting projects that I need to finish. So yeah. I made a sandwich. I eat a lot of them. My stomach doesn't tend to be upset by. Well, that is very good for you. Actually, that is the opposite for me. If I eat too much bread, that is not good for my stomach. But I love sandwiches. Oh my god. If I need to choose when it comes to fast food, I actually prefer the Subway over Burger King or McDonald's and other fast food restaurants we have here. Even though a nice burger is always a nice burger. But the last time I took DoorDash, or Foodora, that's the name here in Sweden, it works the same as DoorDash. My food arrived almost cold. That was not nice to to eat a lukewarm hamburger. Nope. Follow Dave. When you make a sandwich, do you use butter or mayonnaise? Or nothing at all? Just slap something on top of it and go with the flow. Voltaire says, we don't do much fast food. Occasionally we will go to Firehouse Subs. It's like Subway, but so much better. And they donate some of the profits to firefighters. Nice, nice, nice. Well, I live in a very small town. We only have like 40,000 inhabitants. So we don't have that much fast food restaurants and options. Voltaire says, I make lunch meat and slice cheese sandwiches with a bit of mayonnaise. That sounds really, really nice, actually. The only time I use mayonnaise on a sandwich is when I have eggs or prawns with shrimp. Otherwise, I am brought up with butter on bread. And the real kind of butter, not margarine. Margarine and that kind of stuff is banned in this household. Oh my God, I am so. You have to excuse me because I am yawning a lot. Like I said, the job I'm having is really fun. With a lot of interactions with customers and good communications, and a boss that is really, really nice. And a boss that understands me, which is even better. Folate is just such fattening food with a lot of unhealthy ingredients as most fast food places and expensive. So we have done less and less of it. Yes. He says, are you liking the new job? Yes, I do. I love it. Never been more tired in my life, but it is really, really fun job. Like I said, well, you can say I'm more of a head waiter than just a waiter, because I have responsibilities for the whole restaurants. When it comes to everything from stocking and cleaning, and so it's more of a very diverse job. You're not stuck in one place for hours. You're always on the move. And it's a small restaurant. It's only would you work my job for me tomorrow so I can stay home and play mouse piano? No, I'm gonna have my Sunday and take it easy. Maybe do some yard work or some household chores for the week to come. But other than that, I'm not going to do anything advanced at all. And the best part with the work is that all of us are in the same age. No, we have kids in the same age, or more like, we understand each other when it comes to daycare and schools and homework and everything. Follotte says, I must admit I don't care much for my job, but I love the residents, so I'm glad to help them to have better lives. That's the only reason, plus bills, not to find a new job. Yeah. Well, I liked my my former job at the church, but it was really, really. I cannot say stressful because it wasn't, but the pay was so low. I was underpaid, a lot of underpaid. Now, with this new job, I'm more than doubling my salary. So, yeah. I think I double it, or I raised my old this salary with 120% or something like that. That is really nice. I think it's nice, but when you go to the statistics from the union, that actually I am in the bottom when it comes to salary. Dave says we're underpaid too, so I understand that feeling. That's why my job has so many people quit. Yeah. But well, here in Sweden we have the unions that you're kind of protecting the salary, or so you are guaranteed to have a minimum wage. I have the salary I have now is a minimum. You have two different kind of minimum wages. That is depend on both on your age and how many years or experience you have for the role. So, but it is all protected by law. So, no matter what happens in this restaurant, I am protected from the union when it comes to my salary. So that is at least something. The only down part is that the union that I belong to have the well, you can say the worst outcome of this the development of the salary. So my salary just raises with a couple of percent, maybe 1 or 2% a year, when other unions have up to 5 or 6%. So, and that is just because I work in a restaurant. Follotte says that is an interesting concept, not at all what most workers here have. Yeah. So, and my employment too are protected by law from the union. So if I'm home sick, for more well, for more than 3 days, I need a doctor's note. But I will still have my my pay from my employer. Then after the 3rd day, well, the first day I have nothing, but the 2nd and 3rd day I have if I'm not sick, I have, I think it's like 80% of my salary that day. Also 70 or 80%. And then if I have a doctor's notice and I am sick longer than a week, then the state kicks in and I get, I have like an insurance income from the state that I can get if I'm sick longer than a week. And it has nothing to do with any insurance or anything like that. I am so sorry, Dave. That was a yarn that you just heard. Yeah. So, well. So let's see what I'm going to do tomorrow. Well, there is a sermon in my church tomorrow night that we had together with a sister church in a nearby village. So a couple of times a year we celebrate sermons at each other's place. Sometimes they come here, and sometimes we go to them. And it's really nice to get to know people that you usually don't know, or usually don't normally hang out with. But yeah, you can see. I don't know if I'm going to do it. But it will probably contain a lot of cross-stitching, even tomorrow. Take it easy, and well, we don't have any plans for that. So or maybe I will do a little bit of my own Bible studies tomorrow. It's been a while. I haven't had the inspiration or the time to do a deep dive into the text. And yeah, it's about time that I do go back to my deep diving and talk about the cool stuff that is mentioned in the scripture. So oh my God. Never in my life I would sit here like 10:17 p.m. a Saturday evening and almost being close to bedtime. I feel old. You know. Well, some of the most of the young people do getting ready for party or something at this time of our and me tired yarning and cross stitching. This is brainless stop cross stitching, you know. Don't have to count anything. It just, you know, up and down with the needle, and it's therapeutic in its way. Fill up with some energy. Normally I will have an energy drink or something. But now we have milk or chocolate milk. So, Volata says, my wife is excited because her parents moved out of their home in Denver yesterday and will be moving to Florida to live. All right. Will they live near where you are living right now? Like in the same town or no? Well, if you at least have your relatives in the same state, that would be awesome. Even though, like Florida, I think, yeah, Florida is almost as large as Sweden. So, we found out that it is more expensive to fly inside of a domestic flight in Sweden than to take a flight to the Mediterranean and go for a vacation for a week. Voltaire says they might live in our town or our town an hour away. That is really, really nice. To have your parents that you get along with them. Otherwise, an hour can be too near. Florida is growing so fast. People move here from states with heavy taxes and bad political policies by the millions. What? Okay. That is interesting. That is really interesting. Dave says, yes, I do, and it makes my wife happy, so it's good. Yes, that's really good. When I moved here, I lived where it takes about 8 hours with car to get where I grew up in the north. So that is long. Dale says we're now the 4th biggest state and still growing super fast. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that I can save up some money with this new job so I can go to MegaCon next year to to be a tourist for a couple of days in Orlando. Maybe even do some serious shopping. Crafting materials in US are so much cheaper. So, yeah. Voltaire says, my hometown had under 100,000 people in 2000s. Now it's over 500,000. That is a really nice, steady growing. Yeah. My hometown has doubled in inhabitants for at least the last 15 years. Something. When I moved here in 2005, it was almost 20,000, and now 2026 we are 40,000. So it's growing, and new parts of the city are just being built on. Well, at least that is a sign of that that the economy is still good. People want to buy houses. Volata says it had 20,000 in 1975. Wow. That is a long time ago. Yeah. I lived in both bigger and smaller places here in different parts of Sweden, but here is, well, what I call home. It doesn't feel like that the city is this big. So well, we only notice this is in the summer when all the people are out and about on town, and just sitting out and eat and drink. We are the oldest city in the US, so a lot of tourist spots. Of course, Sweden is much older. Yeah. Sweden as a state was formed in I think is in 1236 or something like that, in the first half of the 12th century. Or 13th century, sorry. So, and that is because we had like 3 clans that was brought together under one ruler, and and that's why the crest of of Sweden are 3 crowns. You know, when you look like on ice hockey and stuff. And you can see on the shirts of the hockey team that we have 3 crowns on. And that is because it was these 3 clans that got united under one ruler. Then about, what would it be, 250 years later, we had one king that expanded the Swedish kingdom and wanted to have land all the way through the Baltic Sea. And that was just, he didn't want to pay taxes in the harbors, in the different harbors around the Baltic Sea. So it was more efficient to make them Swedish territory instead. And that period in the Swedish history is called the stormaktstider. What do you call it in English? Big power. Or something. Yeah, big power. So we had Sweden, parts of Norway, all Finland, the Baltics countries, parts of Poland, parts of Germany. But we had to fought a lot for it. And we participated in a war called the 30-Year War. That because that war lasted for 30 years. So there were at least 2 generations that only knew war and no peace. So Voltaire says, 1565 from my town, St. Augustine. So, 1565, yeah. That was, at the same time we had this big power movement in, in Sweden. Then yet again, when we had all that land, we actually had peace, a peace that lasted for, well, a couple of generations at least. And then we got attacked by Russia, we lost Finland and the Baltics, you know, and little by little, all the strongholds we had fell down. So, and in the end, we only had Norway, or more likely a part of Norway. And the funny thing is, we only had the middle part of Norway, not the south and not the north, just the middle part. So, if you look at old maps, it looks really funny. Fullerton says, I don't know how people lived here before air conditioning in those heavy metal and fabric clothes they wore back then. Blah. Yeah. Ooh. I can imagine that it's very, very hot. There are not that many that have air conditioning here, just because we don't need it. We have doors and windows instead. But yeah, some newer houses might have air conditioning, but that is still extremely rare, you know. Maybe here in the south, when it gets a little bit warmer, we have a longer summer period than there are in the north, apparently. While in the north, then the sun doesn't set. So, yeah. Where I come from, I was used to have just a couple of hours of daylight in the middle of the winter. Then I moved to the tropics, aka my hometown right now, and the is up always. Folter said, and such a big percentage of early settlers died here from mosquitoes. Oh, yeah. Mosquitoes can be a really pain in the ass. And it's, at the same time, there are carriers for a lot of diseases too. There are different breeds also, breeds of mosquitoes. We have the smaller ones here. Can be really pain in the ass in the summer. But I was in Africa, in the south of Africa, in 2001. So that is 25 years ago. Hooray! And they had mosquitoes, and they were big. They were scary. You know, you can hear them coming into a room. Yeah, hideous. Dave says yellow fever was the big killer, I believe. We do have life much more comfortable these days. Yeah. I think yellow fever is eradicated by vaccine right now. But it's on the rise again, just because here in Sweden we have a national vaccine program that every child goes through from birth up to the age of 15 or 16 or something. All free, and that has eradicated a lot of diseases, and yellow fever is one of them, and different child diseases. But now we have a lot of people that don't want to take a vaccine, or are from places that don't have vaccine or access to vaccines. So a lot of diseases are are rising in numbers. That has been eradicated here. That can be a little bit alarming, but hopefully we can pull back on those numbers pretty soon. I don't even wish my worst enemies, if I have one, to have these children diseases as a grown-up. They can be very, very devastating. Can affect your immune system, your reproductive organs, and heart failure, and even breathing. Last time I heard, heartbeat and breathing are very good in a normal frequency. They says, and they didn't have indoor plumbing or internet or coffee. In US too, because of the 4 years we had our border open, and tens of millions of people came in from countries that still have old diseases. Yeah, we have the same here in Sweden too. We had I try to breathe some of this. Yes. Yeah, it's a good thing. It keeps you alive. Last time I checked. But we had a lot of refugees from Syria and Ukraine, from where it comes from, parts of the world that are very war-stricken. Vaccines are very low priorities on that list, so I can understand them, and in some cases they are not even have access to vaccines, no matter what kind of vaccine. So, but as soon as the children start school here, they are in the same vaccine program. If the parents have consensual to it. What it says, we even seen bed bugs come back to us. Yeah, we have the same development here in Sweden too. Bed bugs and fleas. Just the thought of it just make my itch. Make me itch. Yeah. Now my family have gone to bed. So my daughter have a BMX camp tomorrow. She's been away almost all day today, and it would be continue on tomorrow. Then our son, he's having gym tomorrow with his grandfather, so they can bodybuild together. I think it's nice when let's see here. I always thought the expression sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite was just an expression until I lived in Denver where there a problem brought in from their country from other countries. Yeah. You know, and sometimes there's stuff you have to deal with. And sometimes you can't do anything about it, you know. And I was like, they're real. Yeah, yeah, they are real. Oh my god. We had for like 150 years ago, we had a poet that was very, very famous. His name was John Anderson. And he actually died because of bug bites. Because they had started to clean a room for the bed bites. And he didn't know that, so the gas that was used for the bed bites also killed him. And he was like 30 something, so he was young. But he got famous for all the poems he wrote about the Swedish countryside and the Swedish culture. And some of the poems are songs that came out later. Oh, this dreams. Well, yeah, I'm going to do the last part. Volatil says that they're gross little creatures. They are. They are really gross. Oh my god. So, and actually, one creature that we had also in the rice here in my town are actually rats. I never thought of rats as a problem. You know, there have always been rats, but the rats that we have here are getting more and more bold or brave or whatever you call it. Getting into people's gardens and in the middle of the town. So now the townsfolk has got out with the notice that don't feed birds just because that the rats come to Do you need the Pied Piper? Yeah, something like that. Actually, the story of Pied Piper is written by Jose Anderson. Do you know that? And he was Danish. He came from Copenhagen. It's about an hour from where I live. So, uh, Dave says New York City does. They long had legendary rats for the US, large and plentiful. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen pictures of those rats. So I thought, do we have that kind of problem here in Sweden? Or here in Ängelholm, where I live? And they're not as big. But they're not mice. So, he said, but the increased population of illegals combined with less trash management has them growing in size and population. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think they will. I think they'll be a size of small dogs before long. Yeah, you know, there are some rats that are bigger than chihuahuas, even though a chihuahua would probably bark itself to death if they saw a rat. So, yeah. So, well, I'm 148 in. So, right now I have done this row here with black. So, so hopefully next next week I am finished with this one. Hopefully I will soon show you the end result with pillows and everything. So yes, not much is coming up. Like I said, my streams are now moved to Saturday at 9 p.m. Central European Time. And yeah, I am trying to work as much as I can with the channel when I have the time and energy for it. So, Dave says it's coming along nicely. Thank you so much. I think it's coming along pretty good too. So, well, I hope I will see you in a live stream soon, or in a chat, or on this page or in this channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe or send or give a like. So yeah, well, with that said, I will see you soon again next time. And remember, if you don't know what to do, at least be kind. So that will be my cue for today. I hope I will see you soon. So we're safe.